Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. As Sam and Jaeger give a tear-filled goodbye to their buddy Rock, the last images of them disappearing in light as the two of them embrace, Trinket and Barrett run ahead, dodging as best they can the many shades of lost souls mumbling and wandering around outside of the theater. And as the two of you get close, without even needing to roll a perception check, you both notice this strange, black, and overwhelming smell of burnt wood and cloth. And you see the doors to the theater that are metal with what was once glass doors have shattered outward. And there are still many shades wandering around in the lobby of the theater. Are you guys going into the lobby?
I'm going to look back to see where the rest of our team is first.
I think by this time, as you look back, they're probably ending an embrace and looking at each other, and they both look fucked.
Oh, okay. You sure you didn't want to get your last hug in? As I, point over to them.
I really didn't know him for very long. This is definitely their thing, you know? I didn't really get to know him. I wasn't with them for very long before he was murdered. So I'm gonna let them have their time, you know?
Yeah. Well, he seemed like good people.
He was silly.
Gotcha. Well, sorry, I had to replace that then.
I replaced somebody too. I don't know. They've been through a lot.
I feel silly from time to time too, but in my own way, I guess. As we're gonna kind of stall and tiny talk until they make their way over here. They're taking their sweet time.
So you're gonna wait for them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not. We're not going.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sam and Jaeger, you guys, after you have hugged for a moment, what do you say? What do you do?
I think that Sam in this moment is just mainly trying to not also break down. They're really focusing on their breathing. They're doing that breathe, breathe, hitch, breathe, breathe, hitch. Forcing themselves to not become overwhelmed and letting Jaeger find their own cadence again.
As Jaeger finally uses the sleeve of his shirt just to wipe off the devastation that is the tears that were on his face earlier, he takes in a deep breath and then wipes his hands on his roughly tear-stained face, looks at Sam, nods, and says, "God, I wish the Reacher was still fucking alive," and starts walking toward the theater.
Sam expression darkens for a moment in something slightly unreadable, and they mutter under their breath, Me too. And then they kind of peel themselves off of Jaeger and start trudging forwards.
Okay. And eventually, you two meet up with Trinket and Barrett. Are you guys going to take like your time getting through the shades, or are you going to hustle?
I think Sam's hustling.
Okay, well, in that case, both of you please roll. I think we said either a dex or an acrobatics roll.
18
plus 5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys easily, like, weave your way through the crowd until you catch up to Trinket and Barrett.
Same as an expert not being touched.
Since Trinket is holding up the lamp, you haven't seen the owl in a minute.
Hey, do you happen to know Find Familiar or anything like that?
What? No, why?
Oh, well, I figured we could scout ahead. I mean, we could always...
I could just turn you invisible.
Barrett, you know Find Familiar.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to... I only have one...
You're trying to save it?
I have one charge. We could also just use the owl and ask them.
I mean, if you want, are we worried about just walking through these doors?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be careful and cautious here.
That's true. There's no real way of coming back. At this
We
time.
got checks watch. We got time. So, how about you lower your lamp for a minute, Trinket, and I'll see what the owl can do.
Sure.
Or is willing to do.
Man.
As you start to lower lamp's like, no, wait, no.
I proceed to still do that, though.
You feel like Lamp is grumpy about being put away. Lamp's like, no, wait, stop.
All right.
And then you see the owl is like sitting in the ticket taker booth as if they're ready to like let you in or buy tickets, and they're wearing like the bellhop ticket taker outfit, like a very...
Am I overthinking this, or are you just eager for us to die?
Are those separate questions?
Do I have to pay for either of them?
That one's... I'll give you on the house, but you will have to pay for a ticket. As they like fan out 4 tickets in their hands. And you see the name of the show on the ticket is The Reacher.
As I'll actually give them a genuine little smirk. Like, all right, good one. I like that. It's good stuff. And I'll take the tickets, even though they're probably fucking...
They pull their hand back and they go, you have to pay for the tickets. You check your pockets?
Yeah.
You feel 2 things in your pockets. You feel a ClockTower coin and a $5 bill. Which one do you grab?
I see. The problem is the last deal you made with me, if I give you a coin, I might not get it fucking back. So I don't know if this is just the business as usual or this is like the new deal. But you know what? Fuck it. I'll just give coin.
They slide the coin off the table and they, as if like their little ticket bit like goes away, they go, what do you want to know?
What are we going to see when we go in there?
You're going to see what's left.
Cool. $5. Tickets, please.
They slide the tickets forward. You guys, by the way, Barrett, you see them take the $5 and hand you tickets. Everybody else sees Barrett go, and then roll his eyes, put $5 down on the counter, and then grab nothing, and the $5 stays there.
I did it for the bit.
But like from your perspective, the owl has done this exchange.
I know I look dumb
From
right
everybody else, they're like...
The Jaeger just leans over to Sam and goes, is that what it looked like?
Sam looks at Jaeger like, yeah, that's coming from me. Like,
you see that the like what movies are showing behind them, like in the ticket booth. It says The Reacher, and then there's like a few other things that say like The End of Grin and Barrett and A Whole New World, and you see one of them says, were you always such a jerk?
It's like, okay, I deserve that. It's fine. All right. Don't want to miss the trailers as I hold up nothing.
You hold up the tickets from your perspective.
Yeah.
Sam like slowly nods at Baron like, yeah, buddy.
As I roll my eyes and I go to put it in my pocket for a second. I go, fuck it. I just empty my hands and like make my way in there.
As soon as you step beyond the doors, you feel the carpet goes and squishes like it's soaked. And you look around and like where the concession stand is a burnt out ruin.
So, okay.
And then the owl appears behind it and seems like they're working the burnt popcorn machine, but you see it working as if it was still fine and popcorn's just like out of it.
Which one's the reacher here? As I like...
They gesture to the only 2 doors in the lobby. It's not a movie theater. It's like a
theater.
like a theater. But the owl is pretending
It's a movie theater.
like a movie theater.
Okay. Well, I seem even more crazy. Okay. All right. Cool. Playing into the bit. I'm going to keep this going.
You guys see, like, the doors aren't even really on the hinges anymore of those 2 doors. They've been burnt and, like, just completely, like, they've fallen off of their hinges, and they're a charred mess on the ground. Parts of the carpet are scorched. It looks like this entire place went up in flames, and then the sprinkler system put the fire out.
Well, Owl's having fun. Trinket, Jaeger, you mind taking lead on this one? And we'll be in the back, and we'll be just out of Orb's light, the lantern's light. And you stay in the light. I'll be right on the outside, and I'll just make sure our back is covered, and I'll listen to the owl and let you guys know if they say anything useful.
Okay.
Sam like squints at Barrett when Barrett's talking about like, yeah, I'll just sit out here and listen to the owl. Sam's like, sure.
I'm just gonna be caboose.
Insight check on Barrett.
Sure. I mean, I should do the same for myself.
Not 20.
Barrett said all of that completely genuinely.
Are you good?
Yeah, let's make some use of it, I guess. So,
No, it's just that you're normally very like adamant about not talking to the owl, and now you're like, I'm going to stay out here with the owl, even though I could walk into the light and not deal with the owl.
we're all trying to turn a new leaf here. So, I gotta do my part too.
All right.
All right.
You know what? I respect that.
As I like look over to the owl and like give a little side
As
nod.
you look over in the direction of the owl, there's another theater door that you haven't seen. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a freestanding double theater door that's completely unscathed, and there's the movie title thing above it, as though if it were a movie theater, right? With the digital display screen, which also doesn't make sense for this world.
Right.
But it says again the title of Were You Always Such a Jerk?
As I grab the popcorn that they've been prepping this whole time. I bet it's a real tearjerker. As I like gesture to the scrolling.
The owl looks at you and goes, depends on which time.
Don't spoil it. As I head to the party.
Okay. You guys gonna go through or like even look into the actual theater?
Yeah, Sam's gonna move forwards.
You guys see the big like auditorium seating that goes all the way down. There are booths that have like, there's even like a second story and like very fancy regal independent booth seats. Think like very nice, very large theater venue, like stage play theater. Mm-hmm. And there are shades in almost every seat. This place is filled with just people muttering as though the dull roar of a show about to start. But as you look at the stage itself, it is though there is a lanky, inhuman, but vaguely humanoid shaped corpse, charred remains of something that looks like it has been like knocked over and fell onto the stage as if the stage was the size it needed to be a seat that it's fallen back in. And you hear one of the shades that's standing like, or looking in the direction of the stage. The shade sort of mumbles and says, Rose, Hazel, get out. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. You can just see kind of the lanky shade of a ClockTower agent next to you muttering those things.
Sam's gonna let the other agent or his team pass by him. But he's gonna stop there for a moment and then just like have a little moment with that shade. Kind of lean down and be like, "Hi, Twig. You don't know me. You can't know me really, but I want you to let you know that Rose and Hazel are okay. They're safe. They got out. They're in a place where Tower can never get them again. And what you did, well, I can't thank you enough. We're here to finish the job now. Take that baton. But without you, I'm not so sure we could have done it. So, I'm sure you can't even really hear me, but you did the right thing."
The shade sort of stops its loop that it was in, and it looks up to Sam as it says, You know Rose and Hazel.
Yeah, I do. They helped me. They're safe now. They're with people who love them.
To the Reacher.
He's gone.
They have to. It's gonna get them.
Not while we're here. We're here to kill it. It's okay.
They seem to go back into their loop of desperately trying to warn Rose and Hazel that it's going to be okay. Is the rest of everybody else continuing walking forward? Or do you stop?
I stopped, just, because I'm on the caboose, so I just was, like, waiting and just watching and not interrupting, and then keeping an eye on Trinket and Jaeger. And I assume, Trinket, you're holding your lamp up high?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, and I'm getting a little antsy the second they start getting a little too far away. So I'll give Sam a little tap. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah. All right. If we ever go back to Haven, I'll let them know.
Okay, let's keep up then.
As you guys walk down the aisle, Barrett, can you make a perception check with advantage?
18.
As you guys are walking down the aisle, you see that there is another shade that isn't in a seat and is sort of sitting on their knees in front of the stage, right where the walkway ends, like where the last row of seats are.
Mm-hmm.
And their shade has the outline of what looks like a flower crown on it.
What?
And they are just sitting there, staring up at the Reacher.
I'll like clutch the eye in my pocket and say, "Are you fucking with me?"
They are not standing next to you. They're standing at the edge, at the very top of the walkway where the door is, like in the very back of the theater. And their words sound that far away as they say, "Be careful what you ask, Barrett, because you may not want to know the answer."
As I unclutch the eye, and I'll push Sam a little further into the light, and I'll step into the light.
Okay. The shade doesn't disappear when you step into the light, but the owl does.
Watch out, guys. That's from the wars. That's a pedalhead.
With the flower crown on?
Yes.
Are you getting closer to it, or are you, like, how far away from it are you from the end of the row right now?
I'd say we're maybe like halfway down the aisle, the main aisle.
Okay. So you're not really close enough to hear if it is saying anything other than what everybody else is
Probably
muttering around
not,
you.
but I kind of crunched the line and made sure everyone heard me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jaeger's been gripping his gun the whole time, but he stops and looks back at Barrett and says, "Can you shoot them? Can they be shot? Is that a thing that they can do?"
Yeah. You can shoot it, but you got to get rid of the head. As I look at Trinket and I put my hands on my axes.
I mean, it's a shade, right? You can't really do anything.
Yeah, but I don't like that it's here. It's got long ties. I don't know. Sorry, maybe it's just putting me on edge, but it's the odd one out. And it has different origins than the rest of us.
That's true. I mean, but everyone here is an agent, right?
Yeah, was. That thing was probably an agent at 1.2, but it's got something else in it now, so who knows what it's capable of. It's got a little bit of Tower, it's got a little bit of Reaper, and it's got a little bit of Reacher.
If it wasn't so damn dangerous, I'd say it'd be a great thing to poke around at, but...
Also, if it wasn't clear from being in here and looking at the stage, the source of whatever fire burnt down this entire theater is in fact the Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see the way the fire spread from that stage up the curtains to everything else.
Yeah.
What does the Reacher's head look like?
It's a charred, lump now. It hardly... This thing is, skeletal at best, and it's not moving. It's just, fucked up there.
You're gonna look at the others, shrug, and just raise the gun. And if you look past the gun at its cheek, you can see a slight smile on his face as he just fucking starts putting shots into the head of the Reacher.
That noise reverberates around this auditorium, this theater, and just a little loud for everybody standing right next to you. I mean, this place has great acoustics, and it is loud. And then you see the body just, it's so large that the bullets, thump into it, and it doesn't really do anything to it. Because it's already slumped over. Its head kind of knocks back with the momentum slightly, but not much.
As I'm unreeling from the jump. You feel better, Jaeger?
Well, it puts 2 in the head, 2 where the heart would be, 2 on the other side of where the heart would be, in case the heart is on the other side. and then after that, he stops and kind of looks at it and see if it moves. And
you see literal chunks of charcoal basically fall off this thing and crumble onto the stage when it hits it.
Same unrings themselves. Maybe it's an orb crush.
Maybe. Just wanted to be sure.
Oh, no doubt. This world is far gone. Let's find it.
Yeah.
But let's stick together. This is not a time I'd want to split up and find something.
Yeah, that fire is still around.
All right.
Keep that lantern handy, Trinket.
Seems to move. Is there well, I mean, obviously, is the backstage open or is it the curtains all destroyed?
The curtains are gone.
Okay, so it's pretty easy to access the wings into the backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's not much of a backstage anymore. It's on the wall behind where the backstage would be. It's that big. It's taking up the entire theater stage as a seat.
Where do you think it would even be then? The manager's office?
Maybe. Or a green room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess let's check the dressing rooms.
Are you guys still avoiding the pedaled shade at the bottom of the walkway?
Same as straying closer, but not reach out and grab you close.
Okay. Are you guys getting within 10 feet of it?
Same would.
Yeah, I guess we could flank on the side of it and see its front.
It too only has white eyes as any sort of details like everybody else, and you can see its silhouette as you pass by. And Barrett, it doesn't have the fucked up face of a petalhead when you look at it from a profile where you can like see the silhouette of the side of its face. It looks like it's like a kind of cute, more feminine leading ClockTower agent with a flower crown, and they're just whispering one thing over and over again. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Jaeger looks at Barrett.
They don't normally talk.
Are you going to do it or should I?
Let's do it. As, like, let's move forward as a group.
Jaeger's going to walk forward, and then as he gets closer to the petalhead, he's going to go, "It's good to know." And puts his hand, steps out of the light and puts his hand on the petalhead's shoulder.
As you put your hand on the petalhead's shoulder, you stepped out of the light, right? You see the sky above you is that light, that blue light, and you're somewhere in a field as you can't breathe, and it feels like those hands under your skin are choking the life out of you and pulling you distantly away, and you're being held by another ClockTower agent with a wide-brimmed hat, and they're like, you can hardly hear what they're saying, and you're trying to talk. You're desperately trying to say something, but you're literally being strangled by the Reacher, and you can't talk. And you see, like, the light going out of your eyes, and you just hear that other agent being like, no, please, no, not like this, please, no, I can't. And then as you're about to go out, like your vision is fading in this field, you look over, and the last thing you see is a blue-haired figure with like light crackling all around them, the blackness of an owl that's been given the coin, as the owl looks down on them with a very sad expression, and you just see everything fade to black as the owl offers out a hand to that person sitting, holding you. And you just start to hear, I know it hurts, and it's not fair. And then blackness. And you just hear you like snap out of it, and your hand comes away, and you just hear them muttering over and over again, don't listen to them, don't listen to them, don't listen to them.
Jaeger's face kind of grimaces, and then he like glances over at Barrett, wrinks his hands as if he's trying to get something slimy off them, and as he looks back at the others and says, well, they, yeah.
What'd you see?
Well, the Reacher got them. However, somebody else was coming for their friend. And Jaeger's eyes just kind of like trail down to your pocket.
Oh. As I put my hand on my pocket.
Well, you're in the light right now, so.
I know. They can still hear and see and whatnot. So I give them like a press on my pocket. Well then. I asked what we'd find in here, and they said, what's left. So.
There's a lot left of a lot of things.
Yeah, but.
What's left of the Reacher, there's what's left of all of them, and he points at this entire crowd of people who are all around us muttering.
Right.
There's what's left of the theater itself, and if we're lucky, there's what's left of this world, and that orb. So let's try to find it.
Trinket, can you roll a perception check, or what's Trinket doing while all of this is going down?
I mean, I'm kind of following their lead. I'm holding the lantern.
Just being vigilant with the light, making sure everyone's staying in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception? 13.
You see a small, like, silver glint on the stage, right, like, underneath where the Reacher's arm, where it has, like, slumped over. Not like it's underneath, but kind of just tucked into the blank space of stage where the Reacher's arm is, and you see what you think might be the globe.
I'm going to point it out. Be like, is that it right there, maybe?
Barrett, you're a little taller than Trinket, so you're actually 1.5 feet taller than Trinket, so you have no problem looking up and over the stage, and you're like, yep, sure enough.
Good
As
eye.
Trinket points it out, it's just tucked underneath the reacher.
All right. I'll like glance back at the pedal head and
It's still just going, don't listen to them.
I'm going to, it's not necessarily like a, oh shit, I'm watching over my back kind of thing. It's more of like a sad glance. And
Yeah, you don't think that's a pedal head.
no. And I'll do like a little, just like hop up onto the stage. I'll look back at the rest of the group and shrug and walk up to the orb.
Okay.
Hey, Ellie, question. Sorry. About
Yeah.
the memory, real quick. Did I see the other agent's weapon sitting
Yeah.
there? What was it?
It was on their back.
Yeah.
It was a golden scythe.
And Jaeger, Jaeger's looking at the girl with the petals on her head and looks at Barrett and then thinks back to what the talk he had with the captain and just kind of is thinking. He didn't say anything.
Well, here goes as I go to reach for it and grab,
Okay.
well, like ogling this monolith above me.
You pick up the orb, and like every other orb, it feels fragile and delicate in your hands, and you're not in the light anymore, right? As you see the owl, like standing on the stage, looking up at the Reacher, as it says, "It's interesting to think that such a thing fought its way here. So desperate it was to exist, that it took that existence from everything. It makes you wonder what someone will do when they have no choice."
There's always a choice.
And the vision of the owl disappears. Except where the exit should be, you once again just see a door that above, instead of like in the same font that exit would be, it just says, "What happened?" You guys, also from your perspective, Barrett has picked up the orb, looked out to the front of the stage, gone, there's always a choice. And then looked back to the orb and then stopped and like is looking at the exit door, which isn't even a door. Like it's just an open, burnt out doorway, right? And is just staring at it in decision.
Sam like puts both hands on the stage and like full bodily like hauls themselves up to sit.
Roll an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
This would be athletics.
Yeah,
7.
you can't.
Casts jump on themselves, jumps up, sits down.
No problem. Got it.
And like sits down, like kind of huffs, and then just kind of looks out at the full auditorium of previous agents of Shades.
You see that now that Barrett is standing with the globe in his hand, the walkway is full. The back of the theater is full. Every seat on the second and first level is full. All of the shades that were milling about outside have come in. All of them. Every head in this place, even the person with the petals on their head, are all looking up at the object in Barrett's hand.
And Sam is kind of scanning over the crowd, like they're trying to commit every silhouette of these agents to their memory.
There's also a silence now.
If you need a moment, Barrett, you can take it, but...
I think they've waited long enough. Jaeger, as I throw the orb up above him.
Jaeger whips out the gun and fires at the orb in midair.
The orb shatters in the air as you shoot it. It's a very easy shot for Jaeger to make. He literally had the heads up, like, pull. As it does, you feel the shift in this world, and you hear the clock tower chiming. And you all feel your pocket watches tick 1 over. But weirdly, you don't feel yourself getting called back to the clock tower, but all around you, you feel as if this world is starting to be unmade, like it might be when you have completed a Globe Crush mission, but you're not getting called back for some reason.
Sam was like breathing in, like they're expecting themselves in a crushing wave, and then nothing happens. They're looking around, they look kind of panicked for a moment, they look at Barrett and be like, Barrett?
You see, like, one by one, each of the shades starts to, like, unravel and disappear, kind of how Rock did. And you see, like, the walls are starting to just, like, disintegrate into nothing around you.
Drop the eye.
Or click your watch, something.
I'll take out the eye.
As you're holding the eye, you see that door is right next to you now. And you kind of realize, you're like, if you drop the eye here, it's gonna get unmade in this place.
That doesn't seem right. I don't know if that's right. This is like the equivalent of just throwing them in a fucking burning circus.
But also, like, if you click your watch, aren't you gonna reset this whole mission? You have no idea. This is unprecedented for you. You've never been able to make a multi-mission.
Yeah.
Like, and you've never been on a multi-mission that was a Globe Crush.
Right. The owl knew this going in. The owl knew that this decision was going to have to be made. They wouldn't have come otherwise. Like,
Oh, the door has a different title now.
what does it say?
It says, "Don't you want to know?"
Well, if I just step through the fucking door, I'm just gonna convulse on the ground and everyone's gonna get torn to pieces. What the fuck?
The backstage, like the half of the auditorium is getting unmade, and you guys see beyond it what looks almost like the soup. Just like the roiling, changing everything around, and there's this sort of like faint glow of the face of the clock tower itself. It feels like the energy of the clock tower at the very edges of this thing, not just ripping it apart, but containing it and like bringing it back to something. And you're not sure what's happening or what's going on, but you are starting to look beyond reality, and you're like,
Full stare.
I think if Bear had to make a guess, that if we all got eaten up by, the tearing of existence, we'd end up on the couch.
Also, Jaeger and Trinket, that like unmaking of reality is getting way closer to you than it is to Sam and Barrett right now, because you guys are not up on the theater stage yet.
I guess I'm gonna start climbing up on the stage, I guess. What else?
Trinket turns around and is like, fuck this, and starts getting up on the stage.
Jaeger jumps on the stage as well.
All right, you guys are all kind of backing together within the light.
Put the lantern down.
What?
Put the lantern down and get close.
I'll
As I'm like, I now start like hugging everybody into like a huddle.
Okay.
And so everyone's making contact with the eye. And
You all see a door that says on the door, it says the truth. You can't. Barrett kicks the door, and everybody sees nothing for a second, but not like darkness, and not pure white, but you understand it to be the true experience of nothing. And then, in a brief flash, you see a short, rotund man, like, looking at you, and then you can see from some reflected, like, objects that it looks almost like some sort of, like, old west town, maybe? You're not sure. And in the reflection, you see a blue-haired person who, like, looks around and kind of looks at them and goes, "Hi, I'm Lo. How can I help you?"
Hello. Could you perhaps inform me what it is I'm supposed to do here?
Yeah, well, you gave me a coin, so that's my job. You're supposed to get the equipment back from a witch. They're a person like you, but they've become kind of confused and jaded as to what they're supposed to do, and you've got to stop them because they don't really understand it, but being here is hurting this world, and it falls on people like you to correct mistakes.
Interesting. Could I have that coin back? I can buy it from them.
No, but you should have a few more you exchanged them to me as a currency for information because you have to maintain your own free will about what to do about these things.
I see. Do you happen to know where this witch is?
Yes. I'm not really supposed to give you more information than you give me coins for.
But one moment.
No, it's fine. You could really ask anybody around here and they'd be able to give you the same information, so I don't mind telling you. It's just up the road. But be careful because they're not friendly.
Oh. How not friendly?
Pretty violently so.
I see. Do you have weapons back there, perhaps? Then he pulls out another coin.
No. Again, you can keep that coin. You have your own weapons. The ring you have.
A weapon? And he looks down at his ring.
Yeah, it's your equipment from, and it looks like they look at their own reflection and they go, it's from the ClockTower. My friend.
Huh. Where is that, by the way? I was just there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of all around us. Like, all the time. But that one you might have to pay me a coin for.
All right. Maybe we start from the beginning.
Yeah. The beginning sounds good. And then you see another scene. Now you're looking at that same person, but looking up as if your perspective has drastically changed to being someone shorter, and the person that you were just talking to now looks much less confused and much more upset, as all around them there's just bodies that look like they're sleeping everywhere. And the person asks,
there has to be something else we can do. Anything. What can I do to fix this?
I'm sorry, but this version of me is really the only thing here. You're supposed to crush the globe. Even I don't really know what happens when you crush those globes, but I'm not supposed to. And I trust the ClockTower. But I think this version of me will go away.
That's fine and dandy that you trust the thing. I, however, I'm not so sure. What if I just... And he raises his ring and tries to heal the closest sleeping person nearby to see if his magic has any effect that can restore this place.
And it wakes the person up for a moment, but then even from this perspective you're all watching, the person goes back to sleep. And then in a moment, it cuts back to them, like they look down, they see this person you're watching try to use their magic to fix things. And they look down, and they look back up, and they say, Casey, I don't really think I'm supposed to do this, but I have an idea. We might be able to make something to get you and this version of me out of here.
All right, well, let's hear it.
It might take some time.
That is something that I think we have plenty of.
Well, all right. And then you guys cut to something else as you see them look at an agent, and the agent looks like they're this haggard, like almost emaciated old man. And you see once again from the perspective this person goes, I'm Lo, and that's what you're here to do. I'm here to help you. And then that person goes, I see. And they look down at their hand, and then they look back up, and they hold a ring that's in their hand. Not the same person they were talking to, a completely different person. And they hold the ring up to the blue-haired person, like up to what it feels like your face, and then a white-hot pain goes through you. And you're gone. And then you wake up again. And thus starts a series of montages of terrible fucking things that have been done to you. And it starts with "Hi, I'm here to help." And then you see that, like, as if it was smash cut into being shot in the stomach and left to be there. Or, "You need to find this thing, and I'm here to help." And then you see a crowd of people get gunned down by people wearing wide-brimmed hats. And you start to see this like montage or perspective where it looks like the stars one by one are falling out of the sky and crashing to worlds and leaving craters of ruin behind. So much so that you see yourselves, Sam and Jaeger, handing a coin to, from your perspective now, you see Rock and Reagan standing next to you as the figure goes, "Oh, you're new." As you see fire in a circus tent all around you, you see a giant snake looking down at you as its mouth opens and clasps you, as you see Jaeger from Lily's perspective being eaten by the snake. And in a moment, you guys are shown what you can even understand to be a fraction of the things that have happened to the owl. And then you're in the theater as like the only thing that has not been unmade all around you is the sort of like part of the theater that you're all standing on. Even the Reacher is just getting like erased behind you. And you see standing out in the nothing, as if they were standing on the edge of the stage that doesn't exist anymore, is the owl looking back at all of you, as the owl says, "No, Barrett, I wasn't always like this."
I can see that. I'm sorry. And it didn't look like you had a choice.
Don't worry, Barrett. It's not your fault, and it's not any of the ClockTower agents' fault. You were like me. You didn't have a choice.
We didn't help either.
It's the tower's fault, Jaeger. It's always been the tower's fault. And it hasn't listened, and it hasn't cared. And for all the time of all of these eons, of more lifetimes than even Barrett can comprehend, I fucking trusted it. And it never cared about me. And it doesn't care about you either. So think about that when you hear about everything I've done. And remember that it's the tower's fucking fault. It never said anything. And you see, Barrett, the light is still here. You feel that getting unmade by a world while under the effects of this light might not be a good idea. And you have no idea what clicking your pocket watch will do right now, but you also know that if this owl eye gets unmade, it will be the end of your mission.
I feel so bad. Like, I don't want to just flick this into infinity. Like, I want to take this home. I actually want to bring the eye back, even though we have the perfect opportunity to get rid of it, like we've been trying to all this time.
Well, you could click your pocket watch and see what happens.
Jaeger looks at Barrett and goes, "We can try."
Well, looks like we got a choice after all. As I hold the eye in one hand and the watch in the other.
Is Trinket holding up the lantern?
I think we're holding it low.
Oh, you can't be right now because you're looking at the owl.
Once you hold up the watch to obviously click the watch, I will hold up the lantern. Like,
yeah, I did make a show of it at least.
yeah,
like.
literally was like, watch.
Barrett, make a wisdom save.
Oh gosh. Unnatural 20.
I'm gonna ClockTower dice this. 4.
Trinket lifts up the lamp, you lift up the pocket watch, and you feel your hand getting ready, like as if it's going to toss the eye into being unmade. And then you realize that you're like, I didn't do, wait, hey.
Can I flick it at last second?
You're just gonna like let yourself, you're gonna purposely fail the save knowing that that's what it tried to make you do. Because you, Barrett, right now are under the impression or the understanding that the owl was about to have you flick that eye into being unmade.
If I can sense the intention of what they want now.
You saved, so yeah, you sense that they...
I may have...
they showed you what they wanted to show you, and they kind of were like, you don't need this tool anymore.
The second I get the intention of what they want to do, what their free will would want, I will comply instantly.
From your three perspective, Barrett is about to click the pocket watch. Trinket holds up the lantern, and Barrett goes to click it, and then just with his other hand goes and fucking flicks the eye out into getting unmade. And you guys see as though if there was the shadow of an owl that was bigger than you can possibly understand, just hits that like barrier of getting unmade, and it flies out into the darkness as if released from that eye. And then you guys hear your pocket watches go and tick over. And then finally, like a crushing wave, as reality erases itself around you, you're back in the clock tower on the couch. Hey, it's me, Ellie again. Well, it's another heavy episode. We're quickly coming up on the end of this season, only a few arcs left. And that kind of means a lot is going to be happening really quickly. I'm not going to go into much more detail, but this isn't going to be the only other heavy episode. I can only hope that everyone, all of you, the audience, and the players, enjoy the ride. But until then, it's on to credits. Barrett was played by Bink. Sam was played by Cal. Trinket was played by Kball. Jaeger was played by Trent. Casey, the first clock tower agent, was played by Valik. And I, Ellinthris, was your DM. The editing of the show is done by Cal and myself. Thank you, Cal, for all the hard work you do to keep the show going. The show is funded by our patrons on Patreon. Thank you for all your constant and continued support. If you would like to donate to help the show keep going and growing, please head over to our Patreon and sign up today. If you would like to join the Clock Tower community, you can go to our Discord server, where fans and the cast alike are able to hang out and chat. If you want to learn more about the art behind Clock Tower, we have a YouTube channel for that, Clock Tower Art and Animation. The voice of our disclaimer is Valik Donahew, also known as the Madland Dreamer. The Clock Tower test on our website was programmed by Mike LeMay. Most of the show's music is done by Who's Music. Contact them if you're interested in commissions. Additional music and FX provided by Andrew Smith and Cal. All links to all of our collaborators' websites and our own can either be found in the episode description or on our website, clocktoweragent.com. And thank you again for listening. Clock Tower Season 2, Episode 65 will be out for all of our early episode patrons on November 14th and will release publicly on November 21st. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the Clock Tower.